The moment began quietly, almost too quietly for something that would soon send shockwaves across the entire fandom. The atmosphere felt different, heavier in a way that no one could quite explain at first. Cameras were rolling, lights were bright, and yet there was a subtle tension lingering in the air, as if something unexpected was about to unfold right before everyone's eyes. Tian Xiwei stood there, her presence soft yet captivating, dressed elegantly in a way that highlighted her natural charm. Her smile was gentle, but observant fans could tell there was a flicker of curiosity in her eyes. She seemed unaware of what was about to happen, completely immersed in the moment, interacting naturally as she always did. Zhang Linghe, on the other hand, appeared unusually composed, but there was something deeper beneath his calm exterior. His gaze lingered a little longer than usual, his movements slightly more deliberate. Those who were paying close attention could sense that he was preparing for something significant, something that would change the mood entirely. As the conversation flowed, there was a subtle shift. Zhang Linghe took a step closer, his expression softening in a way that immediately caught Tian Xiwei off guard. Her smile paused for a split second, as if her instincts were telling her that something important was about to happen. Then came the moment that no one was prepared for. Zhang Linghe's words slowed, his tone becoming more serious, more intentional. The playful atmosphere suddenly transformed into something deeply emotional, and all eyes were drawn to him as he spoke. Tian Xiwei's expression began to change almost instantly. Her eyes widened slightly, not in shock alone, but in disbelief. It was the kind of reaction that couldn't be scripted, raw and genuine, revealing emotions that she herself might not have fully understood in that exact second. There was a pause, a silence that felt longer than it actually was. The world around them seemed to fade into the background as Tian Xiwei processed what she had just heard. Her lips parted slightly, as if she wanted to respond, but the words simply wouldn't come out. Her eyes searched Zhang Linghe's face, almost as if she was trying to confirm whether this was real or just a playful act. But what she saw in his expression only made her heart race even more. There was sincerity there, unmistakable and deeply moving. A faint blush began to appear on her cheeks, spreading slowly as the weight of the moment settled in. It wasn't just embarrassment, but a mixture of surprise, emotion, and something more profound that fans could only describe as vulnerability. She instinctively looked away for a brief second, her hands subtly moving as if to steady herself. It was a natural reaction, the kind that happens when someone is overwhelmed by emotions they didn't expect to feel so suddenly. When Tian Xiwei looked back at Zhang Linghe, her eyes were noticeably softer. The initial shock had faded, replaced by a quiet warmth that spoke louder than words ever could. It was in that gaze that fans began to speculate even more intensely. Her smile returned, but this time it was different. It wasn't the usual bright, carefree smile she often showed. Instead, it was more restrained, more meaningful, carrying an emotional depth that made the moment feel incredibly intimate. There was a slight tremble in her voice when she finally spoke, though she tried her best to maintain composure. It was clear that she was trying to balance professionalism with the overwhelming emotions she was experiencing. Zhang Linghe remained steady, his eyes never leaving hers. His calm presence seemed to ground the situation, allowing Tian Xiwei to slowly regain control of her emotions while still acknowledging the significance of what had just happened. Fans watching this moment couldn't help but notice how naturally their chemistry unfolded. There was no awkwardness, no forced reactions, just a genuine connection that made everything feel incredibly real. Tian Xiwei's expression continued to evolve as the moment went on. What started as shock gradually turned into contemplation, and then into something that resembled quiet acceptance, though she never explicitly confirmed anything. She let out a small laugh at one point, a soft, almost nervous laugh that revealed just how overwhelmed she still felt. It was the kind of laugh that comes when emotions are too complex to express in words. Her eyes briefly glistened under the lights, leading many fans to believe that she was holding back tears. Whether it was from happiness, pressure, or pure surprise, no one could say for certain, but the emotion was undeniable. The way she looked at Zhang Linghe in that moment became one of the most talked about details. It wasn't just admiration or surprise, but something deeper, something that suggested a level of trust and understanding between them. As the atmosphere slowly began to settle, Tian Xiwei's posture relaxed. Her shoulders, which had tensed up earlier, softened as she allowed herself to fully absorb what had happened. She took a small step closer, almost unconsciously, reducing the distance between them. It was a subtle gesture, but one that didn't go unnoticed by fans who were analyzing every second of the interaction. The crowd's reaction in the background added another layer to the moment. Gasps, whispers, and excited murmurs filled the space, amplifying the emotional intensity of the scene. Despite the noise around them, Tian Xiwei and Zhang Linghe seemed to exist in their own world. Their focus remained entirely on each other, as if everything else had faded away. Tian Xiwei's final expression in that moment was perhaps the most telling. It was calm, soft, and filled with emotion, a perfect blend of surprise and quiet happiness that left fans endlessly speculating. She didn't rush her response, choosing instead to stay present in the moment. That decision alone made the scene feel even more authentic, as if she was allowing herself to fully experience every emotion without holding back. Zhang Linghe's unwavering gaze seemed to reassure her, giving her the confidence to face the situation with grace. Their silent exchange spoke volumes, more than any words ever could. Fans quickly took to social media, analyzing every detail of Tian Xiwei's expressions. Screenshots, slow-motion clips, and endless discussions began to circulate, each one attempting to decode what she truly felt. Some believed her reaction was pure surprise, while others were convinced that there was something deeper hidden beneath her composed exterior. The debate only made the moment more viral. What made Tian Xiwei's reaction so captivating was its authenticity. In an industry where moments can often feel staged, this felt undeniably real, and that's what resonated most with audiences. Her ability to remain graceful under such unexpected circumstances only added to her charm. It showed a different side of her, one that fans rarely get to see. As the moment came to an end, Tian Xiwei's smile lingered, leaving a lasting impression on everyone who witnessed it. It was a smile filled with emotion, subtle yet powerful. Even after the scene concluded, the impact of her reaction continued to grow. Fans couldn't stop talking about it, replaying the moment over and over again. In the end, it wasn't just about the proposal itself, but about Tian Xiwei's expression, her emotions, and the way she handled the situation that made it truly unforgettable. It became more than just a viral moment. It became a story, one that fans would continue to revisit, analyze, and cherish for a long time. And perhaps that's what made it so special. Not the grand gesture, but the genuine, unfiltered reaction of someone caught in a moment they would never forget.